Boom. Welcome back to another episode of the Role Models Podcast. Today I got two very special guests with me. I've got Queen Dish
Hello, hello, hello. At One Queen Dash.
and I've got Dynasty.
Dinah, well, go on, everybody. At DYNESTI, you know.
Cool, cool. Two queens, two music artists, two multi-talented women of today's generation, role models in their own right. We're gonna start with you, Queen Dish, today.
Okay. Let's do it.
How's music like for you? How's the music going?
Music is going. It was better. It's going good.
It was better. It's going good. So, like, what would you say? Like, the pandemic, like, kind of like made things a bit weird.
No, actually, the pandemic for me boosted everything. You know, I was performing in Malta, Germany, Frankfurt. I was in Egypt, and then I was in Ghana. 2020 to going into 2021 for 2 months. Did a video in Kumasi, was on the radio. Shout out DK Studios in Kumasi, Ghana. You know, did a lot in the pandemic, which was anywhere was open, I was there. So you know, I do my independent promo footwork. That's what I did in the pandemic.
We went to all the countries where they didn't care about the pandemic.
I think that was what a lot of people were doing, though. Like, a lot of people were just like, you know what, Canada is being too restricting. We're just gonna go somewhere else. I know a lot of friends still that went to the States or they went to Mexico and they just stayed. Some of them still are not back. Shout out to those people. They left us.
I just came back from Mexico. You know this.
Yeah.
Just again,
I mean,
twice a year.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, Canada's low key boring.
Yeah, no, it's not low
High
key.
key.
It's
I
high
think it's
key.
low key.
Exactly.
It's kind of boring, and it's really surprising because like we have everything that the States has, but the States is just that much more interesting than us. It's more fun. Like, you know, there's a lot of culture there, and people are just active. I feel like maybe the winter kind of
It's the
interferes,
cold.
but even in the summer, there's still people that are like just. It's a culture. I think Canada is very.
There's no sorry to go there. There's no Canadian culture. Let's be real.
Yeah,
As a native, as a First Nations Native American woman, status my family, I'm Black and African American and Native American. There's no Canadian culture. The world is Americanized. We know that. Yes, we are in the Western world, but the world is Americanized from the UN to the culture, pop culture, any kind of culture. The world is Americanized. Even though the vast majority of people on the earth aren't in North America, the world still is Americanized. You know, and it's.
I mean, like, I kind of wish Canada was more Americanized because maybe it would not be.
It
that way.
is.
Not really. Like, Canadians are trying to like do their own thing. They copy
That's
a lot
true.
from the States,
It's
but
very true.
they just don't copy the fun parts. You know what I mean? Like, they copy the gang culture. They
It's
copy
true.
like,
It's
you know,
so true.
the female liberation. Like, you know, okay, we want to twerk and we're like. But they don't even copy the good things. Like, look at parties. Like, we're at a
The
party
parties.
the other day,
Yeah.
and I asked her, why is everybody standing? Like,
Because they're stush.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is
For
about
no
Toronto.
reason.
We're stush for no
it's even
no
now,
reason.
The party we were at, it's supposed to be like bashment. It's supposed to be like black, like, you know, active. people
Everybody,
getting
you know,
down, but it still wasn't. So
I was getting down.
You were, because you always are. You're
I'm,
always getting
I'm always in
turned
my
up, you
own
know what I
vibe.
mean? Yeah.
Regardless of where I am, I'm a vibe.
Which is
in
good,
my own world.
but it's like I like energy. So when I go to a party, like I'm seeing everybody standing, like I'm like, I could be home watching TV.
He's like, darn, I'll just stay with her vibe.
That's real though.
That's what I'm doing. Just trying to like get some of that energy, but
Yeah.
realistically, like I've been to some parties though that like, you know, were lit, but it's a hit and miss in the city.
It's true.
It's more misses than hits.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more misses than hits. I partied a lot this summer, and it was more misses than hits.
a lot
Oh,
of
man.
a lot of big
That's
parties this summer that I did go to when I was here.
Mm.
Remember, I came back from LA in July, went to a party with my friend. It was like upscale, so you know, wear a gown, whatever. Everybody was wearing dresses and things like that, but everyone was just standing there. Literally, everyone had their tables.
Yeah.
And we were in a nice event space, but everyone was just standing
Standing.
there. So I don't know.
Personally, the one group of people that I see that are still like doing their thing and like it's still we're bringing our culture and we're sticking to it is the Africans. You know what I mean, like
That's
the
very
African
true.
parties
Yeah.
this summer,
Oh,
people
that's
are
it.
dancing, people are screaming
Everywhere.
the songs,
Festivals.
Like, yeah.
People were out there getting trampled, loving it.
Yeah.
All for Afrobeat.
Even before that.
That's all. Yeah.
Even before that, yeah. I always said the African parties and the soca fets are the only parties that are popping in Toronto.
True.
The genre generally has gotten much bigger in the past 5-6 years, and I appreciate it. I really do. And it's funny because like when being in Africa, like the local artists, like the independent artists, I really like listening to when you're in, because there's a lot of, anywhere you go really there's hidden talent, but in Africa when you hear some people and the hidden talent, it's phenomenal. I went to a talent show that was outside in Kumasi one time. It was crazy because I'm like, why ain't these people international?
True.
Like,
but that's the thing, though. A lot of the talents are still
amazing.
underground.
Yeah.
And the mainstream is just whatever the mainstream is. But a lot of the people that I've seen that are actually talented, they're not in the mainstream. Some of them like it that way. They like to kind of be the underground artist.
That's like me.
Yeah, but some people are like, they want to get to that level of like fame. But
Stardom,
it's like,
man.
there's
Fame.
so much artists today compared to like 5-10 years ago. Like everybody's an
It's
artist.
very true.
Yeah. So it's like it's harder to stick out. It's harder to like do your thing. But I feel like now calls more for originality. You know what I mean? Like everybody's trying to copy the sounds. Everybody's trying to like look like everybody else. But now it's like originality is what sets people apart.
Very true.
And craziness, like you.
How am I crazy?
The nails alone.
I know, right?
But they are natural.
But
They are natural. They are natural.
No, but it's saying, listen, it's saying, look at.
These are all purpose.
I came to. Listen, I can tell.
All
No,
purpose.
you did that by accident.
Like part-time killer.
No, like in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I've hiked active volcanoes with my nails this long. I snorkel in the Mediterranean. I've done
Catch fish.
I do all types of shit, and
spare the
I
fish
swim
with
with
your nails.
Don't need no equipment.
Even in Jamaica, like everywhere I go, I enjoy. My nails have been done like this for 6-7 years. So yeah, consistently. They're all they're all purpose. It's whatever.
That's fire.
And that's just it's comfort.
That's what's up.
I wanted to say something. I prefer to be rich than famous, preferably.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to be in front of the
People, I
camera,
swear,
but the
man.
camera don't make you no money. Being in front, like you know what I'm saying? Being
Trust
in
me,
front
I
of the
know.
camera.
My views are way higher than the amount of my bank account. It'll change, but still.
For me, that's my biggest fear, to be like super famous and be broke. Because the expectations and the pressure, it's like, it's crazy.
You can't afford security, Lord.
I know, right? That too. But like, generally, like as artists, like, and being people that want to be in the public eye, like me, like more and more, like, I think that's what, when I think about it, sometimes it holds me back from a lot of things, because like, I'm like, do I really want to be out there? Do I really want to be famous? Because the little bit of fame that I've seen or that I've gotten has come with a lot of bad shit. And I'm just like, I can imagine how much more bad shit, like more fame, more problems. You see it in all these like famous people too. A lot of times, they get famous, but then it just spirals down, and like, it's just, it's crazy, that kind of, to be in that mindset. And a lot of them get depressed too.
It's true. And people always say it's your team, but you have to know you first before before you're able to do that. And a lot of people don't have time to know or figure themselves out before they're thrown and thrust into the fame, right? And then they're like, oh my God, and then the people around them ain't shit. Yeah. So now
It's the people around you that switch up.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not really you. Like even now, even with just what's been happening for me over the past year, I've noticed like, you just stop getting invited to certain things where it's like you would normally have always been invited. They just stop inviting you and just assume that you're busy. Yeah. Exactly. Or assume that, if they bring you out, you're going to attract too much attention to you.
It's Canada, because you want to dance and they don't.
Like, I'd be the only person in the parties dancing anyways and bring the attention to me anyways. So
exactly.
It was always like that. But yeah, no, you just start to notice these little things that people do that are.
And for you, like, it's crazy right now because you're also blowing up on TikTok. But the funny thing is, you're blowing up for what you're actually saying.
I know.
Rather than what you're actually singing or rapping.
I know.
Right?
I know.
So
that's how it happens.
Yeah, but that's good in your world right now. That's good because like you are saying things in your music. You know, you sing like you actually like put a lot of like deep stuff in your songs, but you're also very intellectual. So like people are getting to see the intellectual part of you as well as those. So like now you're creating two sets of fans. You're creating the fans that see your music for what it is and like get the message, but also the people that want to tune into just you being yourself and like talking about the things that you go through and your experiences and the advice that you have to give to people. So that's great. You know what I mean? And that's, you know,
That's dope.
yeah, like it's amazing. I'm happy
It's
for
been
you.
a fun balance. Thank you.
And a lot of the things that you talk about is actually like relationship advice,
Yeah.
sex advice.
Yeah.
And I noticed that kind of like, that kind of started, that kind of started like, I started noticing that like during the summer. I think it was like Pride where you were making like the parodies and stuff like that. And like, you know, it just started like, you know, skyrocketing and you started putting more effort and energy into that. I know you've been making TikTok for way longer than that, but
No, I wasn't taking it seriously till this summer. This summer is when I was like, you know what? I'm seeing other people take off for the same things. Let me just be consistent with it. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've said on TikTok that people just ate up and the views went crazy?
I have one video where I was responding to this girl. You know, she was like, she had just gone through like a bad breakup with somebody. It was her friend's ex that she decided to, sorry, her ex-friend's ex. Okay, so her and the girl are not friends anymore. Okay. She got together with the dude that her best friend used to see. And then, yeah, they had, like, I guess he had just used her for sex. And then I made a video where I was just, pretty much she came on TikTok and she was crying. There's lots of girls who just come on TikTok crying and then I respond to them. It's like a big sister type of vibes because I do that already in my community with a lot of sisters. Like there's a lot of sisters I've mentored, done programs for them and stuff like that. But so when I saw her do that, I was like, let me just give her the same talks that I give to the galdom when I'm around them, right? So I think in that video, the main comment would probably be, I said, unless you guys are in a committed relationship that you both agree upon is committed, like y'all are monogamous, it's just you and them, you're single. You know, I don't care if you've been talking for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, you're single. Whatever. If you guys did not say, hey, it's me and you, we're in a monogamous relationship and we're gonna ride this through to marriage or whatever, if you guys choose to get married or whatnot, unless you say that and both of y'all agreed on that, verbal agreement,
True.
You're single. True. Yeah, and a lot of girls, they start acting like they're in a relationship because they've been talking to this guy for 6 months, 8 months, they're in love, they might, they get knocked up. Right. The buddy's too good. They get hypnotized. You know what I'm saying? He bought me a dress. Like
with my card.
And then they're like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, And then they catch them with the next gal and they're upset.
Everybody is looking for
one thing I've never dealt with.
Okay.
I'm dead ass. That's single. One thing I've never dealt with is somebody stepping out on me. For what?
You're good.
I mean, okay, let's be real. I'm married.
Yeah.
Happily for a very long time.
Okay.
Right? And I mean, every situation makes its own rules, right?
Sure.
And you have your own conversations, etc. So I go out, my significant other, my partner, he doesn't. He does not go out. He does not drink. He does not smoke. He does not do those things. I enjoy my life, right? I enjoy myself. I mean, he travels with me too, but I travel alone. I do a lot, right? I do a lot. But what matters is that we are mentally succinct.
Nice.
Do you know what I'm saying? We keep it here. And we've never had I don't know where this came from, to be honest. This was completely left field. Maybe it's the tequila, but I'm rambling. Mentally here.
You have a certain understanding.
There we go.
Of what you both want from what your marriage looks like.
Right, or a situationship, relationship, whatever you choose to make it, whoever's in it. People like polygamy, not me. People like threesomes, sororities. People like all types of things. But, as long as whatever it is with us, we this is what it is. You know, there's no
You agreed
deceit.
on it.
There's no,
Yeah.
you know, it's all about transparency, really and truly. If you can be transparent with people, and that's what people are afraid of, transparency, because
It's hard to be transparent though.
people don't realize life. We're supposed to go through hurt. We're supposed to love. We're supposed to cry. We're supposed to like. We're supposed to be infatuated. We're supposed to go through those honeymoon phases. We're supposed to get over it. We're supposed to realize the experience and take it for what it is and move forward and know what to do next. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people are afraid of, the emotions. But we're human. Relish in it, you know?
The full human experience.
That's it, you know?
Because last, not everybody go chop breakfast. So talking about talking about that, like, you know, that was like one of the biggest songs in the summer. But you're giving a lot of girls advice. Do you ever tell them like heartbreak is normal? Just go through it, you know, pick it up and on to the next.
Whatever you feel like you need to heal, you do that.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's got to have their own self-care routine. Like I always say that, even in my own team, like my managers and stuff like that, I have to know where everybody's head is at, like mentally, you know. Everybody's got to have their own self-care routine, because if that routine gets disrupted and you go off balance, everything in your life goes off balance, bro. Yeah.
That's why people I care about, I always ask them, how are you?
But like legit, like, how are you?
Exactly.
Don't
And
just
they
say
be
good
like,
and
"Oh,
walk
okay."
away.
No. I said,
like,
how are you? Oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm feeling. Okay, there we go. You know, open up.
That's one of the things I actually like about you. Like, you actually, like, when you care about somebody, you're expressive. Maybe you're just expressive in general, but like you're expressive. Like when you check on people.
If I don't care about you, I won't express nothing.
But like whenever like she will call or like she will text me, like I actually feel like, okay, I'm actually having a conversation with this person. This person cares. Like she's asking like the right questions. Like, or she calls like just to check on you. Like, oh, I haven't heard from you in a bit. How you doing? What's going on? You know what I mean?
Nice.
And there's not a lot of people that do that. Like a lot of people
I don't
like
do that. You be getting at me.
I be getting mad at you because like
You can message me anytime and I will respond.
Exactly.
I will always respond.
I love such like organic, because I'm Nigerian and that's how I grew up. Like in Nigeria growing up, like everything was very authentic. Everything was like people like would check on you, people would care. But here, like in Canada, it's more of like, you know, it's just courtesy. When people like ask, oh, how you doing? It's like courtesy. They don't really care about what comes
They don't
out
care.
of your mouth when
No
they ask you
genuine
that question. But, you know, to each their own. But it's like, personally, I appreciate stuff like that. That's why, like, you know, I be on your ass. Like, yo, I'm always checking on you. What's going on?
You know, like you're checking on the fam, but but other people were not checking in on us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I consider you family, I will check in on you. But see, Prophet's
You're doing
like breaking
better.
his way in.
You're doing better.
I know. I reached out to him like 2 times.
breaking you down.
Guys, I'm
He's
improving.
like, listen.
For me, though, I feel like in Canada, like, we lack a lot of, like, familial situations. Like, forget about, like, immediate family and whatever. Like, when you meet people and you're close to people, you really get close to them in such a way that you're supposed to be. It's kind of like outside family. Okay, these are my people, right? But I feel like in Canada, I have bare friends that I've known for, like, 5 years. I don't know where they live. They don't know where I live.
There's a lot of peripatetics in Toronto, though. There is a lot of peripatetics in Toronto. That's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
People have been hurt a lot.
People
I get
moving
that.
around a lot.
Okay.
People move around a lot.
What's that word mean?
Peripatetic?
How
Peripatetic.
you spell it?
Peripatedic.
Oh, damn.
You just learned something today.
Peripatetic. I'm drinking some tequila, so don't quote me, but we'll run that back.
People move around to where, though? I don't think that's
Just
it.
generally.
I don't think that's it.
People move around generally. I feel like people don't, they move around in terms of, you never know people's situations. They're a lot worse than I usually think, and that's none of my business, because mine is good, you know. But I don't judge people for their situations. But people, I noticed here, once you meet them and it's like, then you get to know them. Oh, well, this is my situation. I feel like more times than not, like, you know what I'm saying, girlfriends, guy friends, whatever. It's like, oh, this is my situation. You know, people are always moving around. People are living with, not like it's an issue or anything like that, but people are always moving around, living with friends, living with family, living on their own with roommates, etc. That's what I notice about Toronto a lot.
I mean, yeah.
It's a lot like New York.
It's a
I lived
big
in New York
city
before
and it's
here.
hard, like,
So
to get by, but at the same time, it's like,
hard to get by, or do you feel like people? Hard to get by in Canada. I feel like people in Canada want things handed to them, and like as in like born Canadian. I never grew up here, never went to school here. But when I did move here when I was about 2021, there's no hustle mentality. in general. It doesn't matter. It doesn't like I've worked for CIBC. I've worked for the government of Canada. I've worked in a nursing home. I've worked with children. I've opened small community centers in different countries for like different things, therapy, acupressure, reflexology. I've done a lot because that's what I want to do. I've done music independently. Everything I've done is just because I don't know. I'm just doing it. I'm enjoying it, and I feel like everyone here, they want to jump on a bandwagon. They want to jump on their friend's bandwagon. All right, I'm gonna fuck with this person because they got more views. Or fuck with this person because I know them, even though it's shit. And you know, I fuck this person is better, but I'm gonna fuck with them because I know them. You know, people. Reverting back to being a parapathetic, like people just move around. It doesn't really. There's no. People don't invest in themselves here. That's what I noticed in Canada. Toronto specifically, because I've been out to the whole Canada. Toronto specifically, people don't invest in themselves here. It's a problem.
I feel like Toronto generally, like more than ever, people are on their hustle.
You think so?
Yeah, more than ever,
It's
people are on
getting
their
harder.
hustle.
You think so?
Yeah, there's inflation going on. Like
If you don't hustle, you're getting kicked out the city.
Exactly.
It's too expensive.
You get homeless like that. Like that's another thing I've noticed too, that recently is hurting a lot of friendships and relationships because
Everyone's hustling backwards.
Oh yeah,
backwards.
that's true.
I have people
Backwards.
that are doing like 2-3 jobs. What time are they gonna have to hang out?
Yeah, no time.
There's no time. Rent is expensive.
Because they're working hard, not smart. They're hustling backwards. You
But
feel me?
that's where I feel like it's not just about handing things to people. As Canada works in terms of like information, the same way a lot of the world works. In the States, you have a lot of people that like maybe they make money off of Turo, they make money off of like drop shipping or e-commerce, and they start courses. They start training sessions to like teach people how to do these things and replicate. There's not a lot of people doing that in Canada.
You can't compare America and Canada.
What?
You cannot compare Canada and America.
I know that. The hustle mentality is totally different.
Yeah,
over
because there's so
there.
many young millionaires in America.
Right.
So Canada, like, I wish to see the same thing
Yeah.
here. But I feel like everyone just wants to jump on a bandwagon. They're like, my boy's gonna pop. I'm gonna wait for that. You know?
When he win, we all win.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of immigrant parents waiting for their kids to
Doesn't
pop
matter
off.
what you say, you revert right back to that point.
Everybody's waiting for everybody, and then nobody is winning.
And then nobody's winning.
That's
And
crazy.
then everybody's
though.
just there with babies and shit, you know?
We still got a long way to go. That's one thing.
Definitely.
We still got a long way to go.
I hope to see it soon. Like, I want to see people come together more here and build that. Like, because it's all about structure, right? You need a foundation. And I feel like if more people came together, they'd be able
Better
to,
structure.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though.
And also just more collaboration.
We have such an anti-collaborative, like, behavior in this city. Like,
Don't even boost each other's music. You could be bumping the artist track and then they won't even repost it. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I play your track all the time."
Yeah.
So I
But
promote
never-
my music like,
never
anywhere but Canada.
repost it.
I promoted my music. I'm gonna be honest. I promoted my music anywhere but Canada because I've gotten further with my music.
Yeah,
like even
outside
on
of
World
Canada.
Star, like I've had people from outside of Canada and America, 1.8 million views for one video, and then 300 for the next. And people, real people, shout out Cassidy Berry, shout out Chrisette Michelle, shout out a lot of people who've reposted me and really like just from showing love. But people here, it's like even people I pay, girl, even people I got on my team, I be like, hey, you wanna share it? You gonna share it?
you don't know who truly got your
You're gonna
back. 'Cause
share
everybody, and that's the thing. It's part of that stush mentality. It's like I don't really want to show like I fuck with you like that because like. You know what I mean? Like, you're not at that level of like Drake. You know?
What's crazy is the most humblest, the most people with the most humility. We the most popping.
Facts, though.
Laid back,
Facts,
want to engage with people, and people look
Yeah.
at us like we crazy.
Yeah.
And we could be like really popping shit, but we not the type. You know what I'm saying? We just do us in our lane. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And then the people that doing all this is really, you know, I don't like to say, you know, they're like, you know.
I go where you say in Nigeria they say the loudest the MTS drum makes the loudest noise.
No substance at
Yeah.
all.
Dynasty, I'm gonna ask you something. Going back to your TikTok and the fun stuff that you're doing on TikTok. And I know like you're also a spiritual person. Do you believe in soul ties?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Have
100%.
you ever had
Yeah.
such experience?
Oh, hell yeah.
You want to talk about it?
Well, pretty much. Don't have unprotected sex unless you're ready for a soul tie. Like, I'm serious. I 100% believe that a part of you gets left with that person, and you get left with a part of that person.
You partly believe that?
No, I fully believe it.
When a man enters your universe, he's always with you.
Yeah.
Men enter universes. They enter our universe. Every man you sleep with unprotected is always with you.
Always.
Oh, and it's crazy because a part of him is with it's with
you.
It's
I know, it
with
doesn't
you.
go away.
in your spirit.
It does not.
Baby.
That's why you got to be extremely selective. And unprotected sex, like,
So are you saying condoms protect energies?
I think it helps.
Really?
I don't think it protects completely, but I do think it assists a little bit.
There's like a lot of shit, but not energy.
Hold up. No. There's an extra special connection that happens when that
It's
thing
raw.
is not there.
You're right.
It's too much.
You're right.
It's a little
us,
extra.
but not for
Exactly.
them.
Yeah, for us. For us, I think.
Not for
They
them.
just feel better.
They just feel
but like we,
They just
like
feel
that
good.
is inside.
It's
Like literally,
literally in
when we are
you.
having sex, our wombs adapt to your dick. Like like our vagina walls shape to that dick.
I want
So
it closer
over
to my
time,
cervix.
your body actually tells. Stop. Over time, your body actually, for women, their bodies actually tell us that is our partner. Like we respond differently. Our whole body responds differently when we're in, like, around that
But
person.
as an emotional creature, unprotected sex can make you feel like almost anybody is your
Yeah,
that's the
what
problem,
I'm
but not
saying.
with
It's
them.
dangerous.
But not with
them. That's why I'm not about the gal them just going out here being like, I'm
Yeah.
everybody. Like,
That's where the confusion sets in, because like I'm realizing that a lot of girls, I guess when that imprinting is done, I'm gonna say imprinting. That imprinting is done, like, and yeah, like the imprinting where like
imprint, badge that shit. You know how they used to stamp us? Take us back to the slave days. Branding.
when he stamps
When
the-
he brands your womb, when he brands my vagina walls.
I noticed that is where like girls start to act different though. That is where girls start to act different. That's
Exactly.
When you see
That's
the
when you see the
craziness
switch up.
start to-
But why do
Because
men say
because
that?
they're going like this. They're
What do you
going
mean?
husband.
You know
You
how
need to
men
act
act
like
when
a
they
husband.
listen.
That's what their body's literally telling
true.
us. If
It's
this
true.
is my husband, you need to act like my husband. You did some shit that I don't expect my husband to do. So then they start to respond to you differently, right? Yeah. So you got to be careful about that. Unless they were taught, like my mom, the way that she raised me, she was like, sex and your emotions are separate. Right? She's like, you might have emotions during sex, of course,
That's
right?
fucked up.
But
I'm not gonna lie.
I know, no, it's kind of fucked up, but it saved me. I'm not gonna lie, it saved me because it made me think. Whenever I was in a situation, let's say I was breaking up with somebody, I'd be like, do I actually love them or does my vagina love them? Like there was a separation. There was a separation, so I would know. I'd be like, okay, my heart's feeling this, but my vagina's like, you know what I'm saying?
still want
It
it, but-
was different.
Yeah.
I would be able to tell, and I'd be like, you know what? Shut up. This one's not good for me. You know
Where
what I
I'm
mean?
from, they call
And I
that a
could cut
nigga
it down.
mentality.
Okay, well, my mama raised me with a nigga mentality. Thanks,
You
Mama.
got a nigga mentality. I'm not gonna lie, I got a nigga mentality too, because I like to treat like how I'm a girl. I can't.
You like to treat guy, or you like to move like a guy, like how they like separate sex from feelings.
Yes, very much what she said. Like very much so. It's not. Sex is expression, but it's not necessarily how I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to feel, but that's not how I feel. Like, do you know what I'm saying? But I like to explore and express.
She's dangerous.
I mean, skin is our biggest organ. Skin is our biggest organ, and I did acupressure and reflexology for 10 years.
She
So
knows how to hit all the spots.
skin is our biggest organ. So I like to be. I mean, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to travel and be naked. Who cares? That's what it's about. That's what life is about, right? Enjoying yourself.
Being naked.
And I mean, my life didn't start till I was
What does
27.
that
So
mean? I'm
maybe
sorry.
being naked, exhibitionism.
No? Okay.
Just generally, yeah.
Okay.
You know.
You hit up the nude beaches?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I might have a thong on, no titties out, you know, maybe pasties on.
They almost
puss
out now, you know what I'm saying?
No.
It's okay. We enjoying the view. It's fine.
You know, but that.
Quite interesting stuff. I mean, it seems very freeing though, and it shows too, like in your expression, in your music. You know what I mean? Like you're very free, and I aspire to be that level of free someday. You know what I mean? Like yeah, because I feel like we're too restricted in a lot of things, like how we act, how we behave, how we choose to represent
Just be
ourselves.
people. And that's the thing. It doesn't mean we have to be promiscuous. It doesn't mean we have to do any of that. Oh, I can dance with this person. I can, you know what I'm saying? We're human. We can have all types of connections, but you know what I'm saying? We can be as close as we want to be. You know what I'm saying? We're people. That's what we're supposed to do, right? But people, take it wherever they want to take it. You choose your narrative with your body, with your skin, with your organs. So that's it. You choose your own narrative.
Talking about like this sex toy affect intimacy or affect like the rise of sex toys is like super crazy right now. They're selling out in the multi millions. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Flashlights.
every girl has a sex toy now.
You think so?
Every girl,
Girl?
almost every girl, like 80 to 90%.
Because us
Girl
women,
and women.
I like the natural. I don't play with
I
toys.
mean, they still
You
like
can't put
natural,
nothing rubber or
but
plastic in me. It has to be a tongue or a dick. That's it. Strictly. That's it. It's like, man, do you really like the fleshlight thing? Really makes me giggle because is that what you want? And the booty thing, the thing with the booty, like girl,
That one's weird.
with
I'm
the
sorry.
holes and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the blow doll was enough.
I mean,
for
if
me.
you into it, you into it, but just know.
No, but into what? That's not that's an inanimate object. That's what fucks me
So
up
is a dildo.
mentally.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
fuck dildos. I fuck veins. Like I like the slap. I want to hear a round of a motherfucking applause. No hands.
interesting.
I can't be bothered with toys. That's it.
That's good though.
That's it. It's oh my god, no.
So it's a no. It's a no for the toys.
For me, do you do toys? I'm not a hater against toys. I personally, that's just my preference.
I'm bi, so yeah, toys are involved.
toys.
Exactly.
See?
Yeah.
I'd rather have 2, 3, 4 men before I deal with that. That's just me.
Hmm. Interesting.
I like the dynamic.
I'm learning a lot today. All kinds of things. We talked about sex toys. We've talked about relationships, how to keep them, how to get married. Apparently,
Put the cards down. Talk to us.
it's time to go off script. You seem like you're just bursting with all these sexual energies and da 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 da. So much confidence oozing.
Yeah. Experience.
What is the quickest you've made a guy nut?
Well,
Just our faces are like this because it's not a fun experience.
not at all. Because the problem is that most women in the world don't come. Men do.
Exactly.
Most women get pregnant before they nut. I'm all into equanimity. We need equality. Period. So I've dealt with men who come a little too fast because they're too excited. Right? Let's just say that. Let's give them the benefit. Too excited, right? Come a little too fast.
Do you blame the man or the pussy?
I blame my pussy, to be honest. I'm gonna be real. I blame my pussy. I dead ass blame my pussy. Because, big, small, short, tall, it doesn't matter. Oh, I can't hold it. I know, baby. Come let me hold you. That's what. But, yeah, I definitely blame my pussy. What would you blame?
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I know what it is because
But it's not a
I
fun
can keep you in there and push you out anytime the fuck I want. Men don't realize that. It doesn't matter how relentless your strokes. Oh, yes, God. How relentless your strokes. They can still push you. You feel me? Yeah.
So what is the shortest time?
Okay, let me answer the question. Honestly, fuck, like a minute and 30 seconds. I was kind of mad. No, that is bad because he was inside of
terrible.
No, because he was
That's
inside of me.
terrible.
He was inside of me and I didn't expect it. I was mad. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought you were gonna say like 5 seconds.
No, everything
No,
was
no, that did-
the foreplay was fun, But then as soon as he got inside of me, oh shit. What do you mean, oh shit? Oh no, I'm not there yet. It's gonna take me a minute. I need you to do circles, laps around this pussy.
Yeah.
But he couldn't. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's too good.
And how did that experience end? After he nutted, what did you say? What did you do?
I mean, we were friends before that, and then it just
okay, so
happened, and we're
kinda
still
like-
friends. We'll just
okay.
keep it at that, you know.
Okay.
We won't expose him because a lot of people know him in Toronto.
How about you, that is T?
No, it's the exact same time.
Is that
Yeah,
the same guy?
yeah. No, I said time.
It's like he has a record that he's keep. It's like I keep to that time limit.
And what's fucked up is I've been around the world, experience, but Canada, the worst dick I've had thus far.
Uh-oh, not you throwing
Damn.
shots.
Damn.
But
damn.
I'm not gonna tell you where they came from, so I'm just gonna say Canada. So I'm not throwing shots at nobody.
Okay,
Take
still
that.
shots at every nigga in Canada.
Take that.
Now we gotta we have
Take
we have
that.
to
She's not wrong, man.
we have to
Period. Take
retaliate.
that. You feel me?
We need a comeback.
Cheers to that.
Now I'm
That's
gonna
not
Cheers
wrong.
to that.
I'm gonna need to bring niggas back on this conversation.
Cause the dick is funny here. It's a hit or miss. Just like I hear it, like my homies, my people I work with, all type of people, they talk about pussy being like here, you know, being not fun. Just like bitches in the club. They stand there and they go home, fuck the same way, sit there. You know what I'm saying? Like men are the same way here. It's crazy because I don't know what they expect here, but I feel like they expect to get and not give. That's what I get from men here. They expect a woman to be like, well, I want you, so this is blah 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 blah. But you know, it's crazy because chivalry is never dead. You know what I'm saying? It's never dead with
Especially for
women.
dates.
With women, you know what I'm saying? But with these girls, they go with anything. You know what I'm saying? And then men step to a woman, and then they're like, well, these girls go with it. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy?
It's actually
What do they go with? What are
The flow.
The flow. So you're saying set standards.
I have a song called "Go with the Flow," and it's just because of that. Yeah,
set
for real.
standards is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Standards.
have to.
Do I look like a back and forth bitch? Like set standards, you know? It not only set standards, fuck, get some. Set some. No. Get some standards. You know? Let's elevate. Growth.
So you feel like the women here in Canada give it out too easy, or
I feel like from what I've heard, let me speak. let me speak properly. From what I've heard and what I've seen, yes.
yes?
There's no.
I don't feel like that.
You know?
Nah, I don't feel like that.
Or I have certain standards. If I'm gonna give it to you by choice, like nigga mentality. Let's go back to that. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm not gonna feed you. You're not gonna feed me. We're gonna keep it pushing, and that's fine. We could talk when I want some dick, and that's that.
Yeah. That used to be where it was. You know, you keep it 100. You know, this is just sex. But now I feel like the lines are blurred.
Right, but I'm the type of bitch like on some real shit. Outside of my partner, whatever, if I decide to travel or whatever, if I go somewhere with somebody, like I have certain standards. Like I'm not gonna deal with you here and do the same local shit that I can do on my own. I can do the same, like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely get to know each other. You don't really know nobody till you travel anyways. But
Oh, really?
that's fucking true. Till you
People
travel with
change
somebody, you
up?
don't fucking know somebody. That is so true. They travel with them. They be like, oh shit, I don't like my mama no more. Oh shit, I'm gonna kill my brother or my sister. Like, you don't like this motherfucker, you know? That's how it goes.
Personally, I don't feel like girls in Canada give it up too easily.
No?
Nah, especially not the black women. Especially not the black women.
What
I
is,
feel like,
why do men say easy? What do you want?
for example, you meet a girl today. Every girl, first of all, I feel like a lot of girls or majority of girls are just looking like to give it up when they're in a dating situation with a guy. The first thought to a girl is not, oh, I'm trying to get this guy to be my friends with benefits. That's the first thought a lot of time with guys. Either like they just want sex or they just want a friends with benefits. before it even gets to the dating stage. But for the girls, it's different. Like it's like, oh, like I want to be taken out for a bit, or I want to be like, dinner and a date. Like,
Well, shit, don't you want to take her out? Don't you want to go on a dinner and a date?
I mean, if it's gonna be enjoyable, then sure. Like I want to do that. But
And that's the
like,
thing. You have to experience it because you have this predisposed thought, like this thought that it's not going to be enjoyable. So why don't you make it
depends
enjoyable?
on the girl.
No, but it depends on you. Because as a man, no,
I love dates.
Generally, it depends on
Yeah.
it depends on the man. To be honest, we're gonna open up if you open me up. You know what I'm saying? If you make me feel comfortable enough to open up, I'm gonna open up because I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to.
True that. But
Some bitches just want to eat, but I don't know them hoes. So
we have talked about that. A lot of girls go out on dates just to get that free meal. Not gonna lie, they want to eat at Harbor 60.
And what sucks about that is that when they get with a good woman, that woman still wants to be taken care of, and a lot of these guys are tired because they're like, "Oh, these girls have been using me," and then
major points.
Yeah, it happens.
That is so true. Like even for me, like I've had a lot of experiences where it's like I still fight it though because I know that okay, like when you see a good girl, you see a good girl, and you know like she's a good girl, right? But like in the back of my mind, I still be watching everybody. Like I still just be like paranoid, like yo, like, what she really want, like you know what I mean? Cause like I've been.
But that's don't wonder what she wants.
Let me give you an example, right? When I was going on tour, I went to Nigeria for a bit on tour, a music tour, and there's different because like they know you're an artist, you know what I mean? Like they know you're doing big things, so it's like you start to wonder, like okay, like I can literally like ask whoever I want, or when I was on tour, like literally I see a girl I like, I'm making a move, I'm getting her, you know what I mean? I'm getting her. That's just how it worked. You know what I mean? Because like that was the energy too that I was putting out. But it's like I started to wonder like, what is she really here for? And I feel like it's the same thing in a regular situation where it's like a guy takes a girl out on a date. Let's say you take a girl out on an expensive date already. Like she has thoughts that's forming in her mind. Oh, is he rich? Like why are we going here? Or if she sets the tone of where you guys are gonna go, and let's say it's an expensive date already, you're thinking like, why does she want to start off expensive? It could be her standard. Don't get me wrong. It could be that's her standard. But why does she want to start off with like an expensive date first off the bat? I feel like the first date, because you don't really know what's what.
I like an initiation. Sorry to cut you off. I gotta get you there. What if you? I like a man. I like a man who says, "Are you free? I'm free this time. All right. Dress all purpose."
You know what I'm saying?
I like men. I don't care if he's in his 20s or his 30s. Mentally, if he's a man, he's going to say, I like you. What, when are you available? Etc. That's just me. Oh, you're taking initiative. Mm-hmm. Let me respond with what he would want now. Exactly. Men don't understand. We give them what we get. Exactly. And it's men and women, we're supposed to coincide, we're supposed to figure it out. But a lot of guys these days don't think like that. They don't think, okay, where am I going? Just like driving. Where am I going with this person? Not where I am. I just met them. Okay, but where?
They know where they're going.
No, you don't know. Maybe. And that's like the thing. Some people just want to fucking end up be together. Some people just want to fucking end up together.
90% of the time, that's where it's going. But then you got to do it like the little dance and like, go about like, oh, like, let me take you out on a date. Let's go to movies. Like you do the little dance because you don't want to seem like too obvious. Because obviously, like, if you're trying to like get a girl or you're trying to slide into DMs, like you're just like off the bat, like.
It's all about a man's tax bracket. If you want to take me to STK, if you want to take me to Blue Blood Steakhouse, which is my favorite, shout out Casa Loma. Shout out Casa Loma. I go there often. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to ST, that's where he's gonna say, okay, he's not even gonna say it to me. We're just gonna pull up. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, the valet. Okay, cool. let me go in. That's just that. It doesn't matter what he's driving. I don't care. If that's where you're gonna take me, that's where you're gonna take me.
That's one way to look at it, but that's not how a lot of girls see it. A lot of girls will judge you based on where you take them.
Okay.
Especially these Toronto girls, like they'll judge you like, oh, like he took me here. Because a lot of times they want to brag about it to their friends.
Right. So why don't you give them something to brag about? And if you can't,
right.
If you know who you, because if you look at no men do this.
Like you're trying to date the girl, then maybe. But if you're just trying to smash, why are you gonna be careful
Men
about
do
taking her
shit
to-
with women that are, I don't care, I'm gonna say it, out of their motherfucking league, because they look at somebody and they say, I do want her. I know I can't necessarily afford, for example, I can afford my own rent, my car, my fucking everything. I travel, anything I fucking custom shit, anything I want. If I'm gonna fuck you, I'm not asking you for shit, but you got to at least meet the minimum of what I can do for me.
And what is the minimum?
That doesn't matter. Figuratively.
So
Figuratively. Just know that it's all real.
Movies at a dinner doesn't cut it.
I'm not saying that. But it's what are your intentions behind the movie and the dinner? Are you trying to get to know me or are you just trying to get to know me? Do you know what I'm saying?
But what you said earlier was like,
Okay.
you just go with the flow, pretty much.
Yeah, go with the flow.
If he's setting the tone, you just like, okay, cool. So it's like, what if he like, just set the tone in such a way that, okay, like movies and maybe like Moxie's date, and then like, hey, let's go back to my place, have some wine.
Yeah,
da, 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 da.
let's have some wine. Does that mean you have to enter me?
That's a good question.
No, I've been in those situations. Oh no, I don't do obligations.
That's a
because
good
I can
question.
afford everything on here. I don't do obligations. Oh, so what do you want, this e-transfer? Because you're not finna put it in. I thought we was coming back for dinner. I mean, for wine and shit, we was gonna kick it. Oh, no. No, but if I wanted to fuck you, then that's my choice. That's my narrative. That's what I choose.
And what you're saying is he's gonna know that you're trying to fuck.
Oh, he would know. If
'Cause
I'm gonna fuck you, you gonna know.
A lot of girls like, they play games and shit like
What
that.
games are played with their pussy? I don't understand.
There's a difference though between like mature women and
Oh yeah, as a
girls.
woman, if I want to fuck you, I'm gonna say, let's have a great time. Let's go have fun. Let's have some drinks. Let's dance. Let's go eat. Let's go back to your place.
does it matter if it's the first date or not?
No, because I'm a grown woman. I'm not gonna play with you. That's the thing.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna play with you. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't matter if it's a first date and I feel that chemistry and I know I'm gonna see you again or not. As a grown woman, I could look at niggas and tell if they dick is boring. Not only that, but if I'm gonna see them again. That's that. Like that's experience. That comes with experience.
So what's the worst date you ever been on?
Fuck off. The worst date I've ever been on?
Yeah, he didn't take you to STK?
No, the worst date I think I've ever been on. I mean, I paid for it.
Is that what made it the worst date you've ever been on?
No, what made it the worst was that people still called me queen. And I paid for everything.
So?
No,
You didn't have a good time?
This was a long time ago. Not self-titled. This is a long time ago.
How did that come about? Like he was
So
like,
this
hey,
guy, I
like,
really liked him.
would
I
you
liked
mind paying
him.
the bill?
No, it just came up
you
and he
kept
didn't
saying
reach
that
for
'cause-
nothing. It just came up and he didn't reach for nothing. I'm not the type of bitch to be sitting around while people looking at me crazy. So I just, like I'm not that type. You're not finna look at me crazy, so let me pay for this.
Damn.
That's just how I am.
So he asked you out,
Yeah, it was in Canada.
and then he was just like, the bill came, and he just like,
It was weird.
it was like Stevie Wonder.
It was weird.
He was like, well, I don't see shit right now.
It was weird.
I'm legally blind.
I had that happen before with a Toronto man. And he said afterwards he had a learning disability.
over.
So he could have read.
Yeah, yeah, he had a learning disability.
He could've
So
read the
that was
bill.
the reason why.
you ignorant
That was the reason why.
ignorant bitch.
That's crazy.
Why he can't see, like, look up from his phone for 2 seconds to see the woman there, like with the device in her hand going pay tap.
That's crazy.
Point to what you want, you ignorant bitch.
Like literally, she's this close to his face with the thing. Come on, and this man's still there on his phone, like.
That must have been mad embarrassing.
Escargot.
And then she stops and she just like looks at me, and I'm like,
You know what? That's the last time I'm seeing this, nigga. Real shit.
I'm
That's
not laughing
crazy.
at dyslexia. I'm laughing at how it happens.
I mean,
I don't
it's
even
not-
think that's
I don't think
dyslexia.
no,
Because
I
I
don't
know a
think
lot of dyslexic people. They're actually smart, but
Nah,
yeah,
I don't think it's
that's not-
dyslexia at that point because you could just ask the waitress, like, how much is it? You could just ask her, how much is it?
No, but if you're over 18 and you can't read without a diagnosis, I have no sympathy for you. That's just me. That's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I got this, that, and that. You
Nah,
have
but
no
at the end of the
diagnosis?
day, too, like,
diagnosis.
even
That's the
if-
thing. He had
no
none.
sympathy.
He
Even
had
if
none.
it was,
Yeah.
even
No,
if it was
he
a
had
medical
no
condition or
diagnosis.
like a learning disability, he sees you bringing out your card, he's gonna know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm fucking him up then.
He just didn't want to
Verbally,
pay.
I'm gonna ruin his anatomy because he cannot come around me and be over 18 and know there's a problem. You feel me?
But I'm really concerned about like what actually happened. Did you guys have a good time and he just didn't reach for the wallet or what? Because I'm the kind of person that like I'm not gonna lie. Like if I bring a girl out and she's boring as hell, I'm already regretting bringing her out. I'm regretting trying to pay that whole bill. Like
Who cares? My thing is this: it doesn't matter. Money comes and it goes. Just like fuck people. They come and they go, right? But if you're out somewhere and you're eating or something, I feel like whether you're gonna see that person again or not, just keep it moving as men should do. I feel like, in my opinion, that's what they do. And I've had those situations where we went out to dinner, we've had intellectual, long, in-depth conversations, and it just didn't work. That's fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. You know, and it keeps it moving. But he wasn't like, you know, he didn't say shit to me, you know, just paid for the bill. But, you know, there's times when I've taken my guy friends out, you know, even people on dates, like, you know, because that's what I want to do. I want to see the different dynamic or how you're going to act in that scenario. Like, are you still going to be, like, I like men who are still taking, you know, charge, still being, you know, themselves and stuff like that. Exactly. Because men will switch up and act funny. Like, oh, you're taking care of it. Okay, but bitch, I'm with you. Like, I'm not going to say that, but.
A well, bitch.
I'm not going to call him a bitch, but you know what I'm saying? Like, in my head, I'm like, ugh. I'm like, I'm here with you, motherfucker. Like.